Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead! Harper got a piece of it, it comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle with the 15 to the 20, breaks free to the 25 to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the coast, 20, 15, Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this TGI Mickey Ficky Friday. It's the weekend, baby. And I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. Listen. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Listen, go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. But wait, there's more. Oh, there's more. Go to the show's page. Go to Shawn and Maya in the morning. Like that page as well. So not only will you be following Sports Zone Chicago, but you'll be following Shawn and Maya in the morning as well. Now, if you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real. All right, listen, go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago. Okay. Click the subscribe button. I'll wait till you do it. Click the subscribe button, and then click the notification button. That's the little bell right next to it. And that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, if you're watching us on our mobile app, yay. Wait, please don't tell me you didn't know we had a mobile app. What is wrong with you? What your problem is, man? Come on, man. Download the app. All right, doesn't matter. Wherever you get your apps from, just go there. Whether it's iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Walmart, Kmart, 7-Eleven, Zayre, Zemsky, Macy, Montgomery Ward, Venture, Woolworth, wherever you get them from. You go there, you type in Sports Zone Chicago, you download it. You take us with you on a go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew. And I mean a slew of articles, thanks to my man Clarence Council III. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles Chicago sports related. Now, if you're watching this on a Roku channel, I like that kind of party, baby, because if you don't know, you better ask somebody. Sports Zone Chicago, we have our own Roku channel. Yes, sirree, Bob. So, if you have a Roku television in the house, do us a favor. Download Sports Zone Chicago's channel to your TV. Put it right there. Right next to Netflix, Hulu, Prime, Disney Plus. You've already downloaded Stars and Showtime. You know you did. Paramount Plus, Peacock. The only way you can watch one of the NFL games, Peacock. All right, so put a smack dab in the middle and watch us on the big screen. Because you know what? We're on the big screen, right? Mickey, Ficky, now. That's what I'm talking about. Now, you can also tweet the show. You can tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online, you want to know what I did? Well, let me tell you what I did. You want to know what I did? Well, here's what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. If you want to follow my lovely co-host, Maya Akai, you can follow her on Facebook and Twitter at the Sports Chica. If you want to follow her on Instagram because you're an IGer and you do it just for the gram, well, follow her at Maya_Akai. It's MAYA_AKAI. We have a phenomenal show, but I need you to get interactive with us today. So whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, whether it's our mobile app, leave a question or comment on that platform. Guess what? It'll come up here on the thread. Okay. I'll put it up on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And guess what? That, my peoples, is what makes this the best Chicago morning talk show, sports talk show. All right. And that's you. All right. So bring them, baby. Bring them all. Questions, comments, smart ass response. Because as you know, ain't nobody scared over here. So bring them all, baby. Just like The Rock said, don't sing it. Just bring it. Oh. So I'm trying to see where. Okay. So here's what we got. Here's the lineup. I'm fired up. Today's lineup is nice. At 9:30, at the bottom of the hour, Adam Chalifoux. Remember, he's the sports director over at KVRR up in Fargo, North Dakota. He also does a couple podcasts about the Bulls. He's going to join us at 9:30. And we're going to talk Bulls. We have a lot to talk Bulls. We're going to talk the Ring of Honor. That whole shit show that's going on over there. Scotty and Michael Dennis can't make it. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Like, for real. Like, it's bad. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because it's a great thing. All because of, and I'm gonna keep it real. We know what it's about. Mike and Scotty aren't vibing. Okay, and a lot of it has The Last Dance. All right. A lot of it has to do with Michael's son Marcus now dating or being engaged actually to Scotty's ex-wife Larsa. But see, here's a problem. Like, Larsa was for the streets to begin with. She was just a gold digger. And this is why it's important in picking a mate. All right, especially when you got money. Are you about that girl who's got to be seen, who's got to be on the scene and seen? You know what I mean? Those girls that chase all the athletes. I mean, she's just foul for some of the stuff that she's done. You know what I mean? Like it's I don't know. So now it's messing up it's messing up the ring the Ring of Honor ceremony. And I thought it was a great idea. You have to have these people's name in the rafters and or around the United Center. And now it started off as a great idea. Now it's not. All right. Because let's be honest. Yeah, Michael, Scotty, you want to see them. And there's no disrespect to Artist Gilmore, no disrespect to anybody else who are some of the players who are going to be inducted. Let's be honest. They want to see Mike. They want to see Scotty. And now because of that beef, because of that situation, now we're not going to get to see it. We're not going to get to see those guys. Awesome, because we don't see Mike anymore. Right? Got to remember, we're talking 84 to 98, minus the year and a half, almost 2 years he was gone. That's 14 years. 14 years of us watching you become the greatest basketball player ever. Ever. So let me not go down that rabbit hole yet. We're going to talk to Adam Chalifoux at 9:30. At 10 o'clock, my man's in there. Kenneth Davis is going to join me. Talking Bulls. Talking Bulls. I know we're going to get into some Alabama talk because he's a big Alabama fan, Roll Tide. So he was hurting. He's reeling from the announcement the other day that he is at the man. Nick Saban is stepping down and retiring. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. You know, you have Alabama's been on a run since he got there, but 6 national championships in 17 years. Are you serious? Like, was it he's been in 6 or 7 of the college football playoffs? Is he in 5 or 6 of the national championship game? I have to double check. But man, this dude is I would, in my opinion, he's the best college coach in the history of college football. In the history of college football. I mean, you got Bear Bryant, who was up there, but he surpassed Bear Bryant. And to do it in this climate, and I think what's funny, we talk about the climate that he's doing, and I think the climate is really what forced him or led him to retire. I don't think it was the NIL money. I think it was the transfer portal. You know, he doesn't have control over players anymore. You know, so players who go to Alabama and all of a sudden if they don't start, which is weird because Alabama only has 5-star prospects at every position, 2 or 3 deep, and people can get up and leave. Okay. It's a dual-edged sword. So I know we're going to talk about that with Ken as well. So we have a phenomenal show, baby. I am fired up for this bad boy. But in order to get all that, we got to start right now. So, guys, you know how we do the first segment of every show. It's called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
The first top of the morning topic. Where did they go? What? Where did they go? I was just looking at this thing right here. Okay. I did. There we go. The Blackhawks, baby. Let's do it. Do it now. Do it good. Do it like you know you should. The Blackhawks fall to the Winnipeg Jets 2-1. Mrazek stopped 13 of 15 shots in the game. Dickinson tallied the only goal for Chicago. There were some assists on the play. Lucas Reichel had his 6th helper, and Gutman had his 4th. So we're going to get with the Blackhawks. You know how it is, all right? There's really nothing we can do about it. They're in a state. They're in a state, man. You know, their best player is out. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. So, yeah, that's a tough one. And my question is, if these guys continue to play, like, how good of a coach is Richardson? Because you got to get these guys to play. You have to. You got to get these guys to play because the season doesn't stop. Nothing stops. So we'll see. We'll see how well that goes. But moving on. The next top of the morning topic. Where we at? The Bulls host the Golden State Warriors tonight at the United Center. Tip-off is 7 p.m. You can catch that game on NBC Sports Chicago. Or if you want to listen to it on the radio, you can listen to it on 670 a.m., their flagship. The Golden State Warriors just got their asses kicked yesterday. It was embarrassing. When I say embarrassing, I mean embarrassing. It was that was the other night. That was the Trailblazers. But they've been playing pretty poorly. Golden State, we got to figure out what's going on. Is this the end of the era? Is it done? Are they done? We're going to figure it out. Figure it out. But staying with the Bulls tonight. Where'd you go? Oh, goodness. I thought I didn't do that. All right. Here they go. The Bulls tonight. They celebrate. The Bulls have their inaugural Ring of Honor ceremony. And, man, listen, it's going to be interesting. These are the people that are going to be inducted into the Ring of Honor, which I think is pretty cool. So they have players. Of course, players are going to be there. You see the players on the screen, or if you're listening to it on the app and you're not watching, it's Jerry Sloan, Bob Love, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Tony Kukoc, Chet Walker, the 8 Train, Artis Gilmore, and Dennis Rodman. These are the 8 players that initiate the inaugural class. They're also inducting some coaches and front office people. PJ, Phil Jackson, of course. The Sleuth, or Crumbs, if you want to call him. Jerry Krause is getting inducted there as well. The first head coach of the team, Johnny Rediker, Tex Winter, and Dick Klein. And they're also honoring the 1995-1996 championship team, the best team in the history of the NBA, with a 72-10 record, and finished it off by winning the chip. I know Golden State has 73-9, but you don't win the shit. It don't mean a thing if you don't win the ring. So that's going to be a great situation. A pretty cool ceremony, although it is tainted. Jordan, Pippen, Rodman were MIA. Jordan had a little video he put up. Hey, Steve-O, if you can get that video and put that in the folder, we're going to come out of break with that if we can do that. He has a little video saying, "Oh, sorry, Chicago." He's thanking everybody. "Oh, sorry, I can't make it." What are you doing? Like, you knew about this. Stop this. Stop this. We know what the hell this is about. He didn't want to be around Scotty. He didn't want to have to deal with that drama because his son is, in my opinion, this is what I'm not confirmed. It's my opinion. He didn't want to deal with that drama. Because if you don't know, Scotty's ex-wife, Larsa, who's for the streets, is dating, I believe, currently engaged to Michael Jordan's son, Marcus. Yeah, that'd be kind of awkward. That'd be awkward. So, anyway. Yeah. Man, you know what? First of all, let me just say, it sucks. Because we don't, as I said, we don't see Mike very much anymore. We see Scotty. Scotty's the ambassador. Okay, great. With his cornrows and shit. Like, come on. But we don't see Mike. And Scotty, I love you. And we don't win those 6 titles without you. But damn, dude, I want to see you and Mike, not just you, not just Mike. I need both of you. I need both of you there. And they're not. All because of this crazy, crazy battle. Well, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving, baby. Keep it moving. This is interesting. Legendary football coaches. Nick Saban and Bill Belichick are out of work. Nick Saban retires after 17 seasons with Alabama. Unbelievable. It's crazy. Bill Belichick, after 24 seasons with the Patriots, he's leaving the Patriots. It's not retiring, just leaving the Patriots. There was a lot of rumors going around. He wanted to come back. They were saying he was willing to give up his GM duties. But apparently Robert Kraft said, nope. Let's make a clean break. So he's going to be looking for a head coaching gig. And here's the thing, though. It's what's really funny. You think he's the greatest coach of all time. Okay? 6 Super Bowls. Should have been 8, but neither here nor there. He might not be the right fit for some teams. He might not be. You would think any team would love to have him. I don't know if I agree with that. I just think his style might be a little archaic. And don't get me wrong, I like his style. I do. But in today's game, I don't think it moves very well. We'll see. And Nick Saban, man, his whole thing, I said, I don't think it was the NIL. I truly believe it was the transfer portal. I mean, kids are coming and going. Yeah, that's frustrating. Frustrating. And then we have a couple Bears topics. But I forgot this one. Bears. We're gonna start because there's a whole bunch of things a whole bunch of places we can start with them. Those jokers. The Bears, baby. The Bears are gonna play in London. We just touched down in London town. I like it. I like it a lot. First of all, they're still using Justin Fields on the marketing. I hope he stays. He better stay. He better stay because you know why? I'm going to talk so much shit to all the Justin Fields haters and the people who just don't want Justin around. Oh, we could restart the clock. Oh, we could do this. Oh, Caleb's generational. Oh, this. Oh, that. He's much better than Justin. I said, in your years of analyzing and football, I've told you this. Twitter guy. But I definitely think I'm going to make that trip. It's actually a home game. The Bears have 9 home games this year because, it's going to be odd, 9 or 8 due to the 17th game that they added. So they got 9 home games this year, and one of them is going to be in London. So I think I'm going to do that this year. One of my guys, Julio Sierra, big shout out. No relation. Big shout out to my guy, Julio Sierra. He went to see the Cubs out there in London. They played the Cardinals. And, man, it was great because if you don't know about London, you're not far from Paris. You just take the Channel. For those of you who don't know what the Channel is, it's a train that goes underneath the English Channel, which is why it's called the Channel. The Channel and the tunnel, so they combined it. The Channel is what it's called. So there's a train, and it's quick. It's quick, fast. It's like a high-speed train that gets you there in like 2 seconds. So, man, he had so much fun. I think that's pretty cool. If I go to Paris, check out the Louvre, there'll be a whole bunch of stuff to check out in Paris. Maybe go for a week. All right, get a couple days there. I have credentials, so get credentials for the game, sit in the press box. So and I know there's gonna be tons of people going. Right? Want to hear something funny? This is something funny. One of my friends has a travel agency. Every time the Bears come home, or the schedule comes out, she always says, "Okay, boom, we're doing this game. They decide." Man, she had that thing up yesterday. Because remember, the Bears were out there a couple of years ago when they played the Raiders. The Raiders, and she had a whole group go. So yesterday she took that picture. I think it was the same one that I had. Bears are going to London this season, and she goes, when more information comes out, we'll have the package together. So I ain't mad at her. Get your money, ma. I get it. So there'll be a whole bunch of people, and I'll just have to go to the game early and get in a press box and whatever. It's going to be pretty cool. But I digress. We have more Bears. We'll talk more Bears with Ken Davis at the top of the hour. But we're going to take a quick break because on the other side of the break, don't do that, dude. Don't do that, Steve-O. I should kick you in your baby nuts. On the other side of the break, we're going to welcome my man, Adam Chalifoux, Fargo Foo. We're going to talk some Bulls. The Bulls are doing... Who are these guys? Who are they, and how long are they going to stay? Because I like these guys. We're going to talk some Bulls on the other side of the break. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
Hi, guys. Hey. Hi, Megan. Hey, Jessica. Megan, you're a tramp. Brian Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He said your breath smells like garbage. And he almost puked. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? Your makeup makes you look like a clown. That zit is huge, zit face. Ugly.
Hey, bud, what you doing?
I'm playing with cars.
Cars? Can you show me what a car does? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. First of all, this is a school zone. So you need to put down your cell phone, stop texting, and let's get to driving. Now you're coming up to a stop sign, right? You need to slow down and stop before you hit that Y line. I want you to look left, right, left. You don't want to get hit by a car going on your left and to your right to make sure you don't get sideswiped by a guy coming from your right. You're coming, and you see a crosswalk. You better slow your horses down because the #1 rule of driving is always yield to pedestrians. Now stop, pull over, and you are done driving. Gosh, what do they teach you kids in school nowadays?
Good evening. Hey, I want to thank Jerry Reinsdorf and Michael Reinsdorf for starting the Ring of Honors. I want to congratulate all the other recipients. I am so bummed that I can't be there tonight, but I don't want that to stop the fun that you guys can actually have. And believe me, I am very grateful and very honored to the fans. You guys have supported me ever since I stepped foot in Chicago, and even to today. I see a lot of Chicago fans all over, so I think we made an impression and changed what Chicago represents in terms of champions. Every time you look up in the rafters, I want you always to remember, where we were and where we are. We're always going to be champions. So, thank you to the fans as well as once again I want to thank Jerry Reinsdorf and Michael Reinsdorf for doing this and congratulate the other recipients. Man, I'm bummed I can't be there, but I will always be a Chicago Bull, and I want them to continually do well. I like to see other banners in the rafters, and I hope the city can always be proud of the Chicago Bulls. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning at Sports Zone Chicago. For real, bro? For real? For real, for real? I'm so bummed. The fact that you said it twice. When you say things twice, when you say things twice, you're bullshitting. Really? That hurt. That hurt. I was really looking forward to when they announced it. I'm like, oh, dude. Then somebody else mentioned that, oh, it's going to be great with him and Scotty. I'm like, oh, man. I'm like, I hope they show up. Nope. Drama for your Mickey Ficky mama. Why do we have all this God blessed drama? You know what I mean? Like, come on, stop this. Anyway, my first guest, I'm fired up to have him. It's good to talk. Good to have him back. Hope he's not freezing up there in Fargo, North Dakota. Yeah, Sioux Falls would be South Dakota. Yeah, he's the head honcho over there at KVRR and a Bulls podcaster. You can find him on Twitter at Fargo-Foo. That's F-O-U-X. Guys, let's welcome back to Shawn and Maya, Adam Chalifoux. Adam, what's up, Papa? Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, it's a good -4. But I hear it's really cold in the Chicago area, too, this week. So hasn't been too bad. But, good time of year for basketball. So, checks and minuses.
Do me a favor. Can you turn your volume up a little bit over there?
Is that a little better there?
Oh, yeah, much better. Much better. Yeah. So it's about 33 degrees right now. It's not going to be cold until next week. Next week is supposed to be stupid cold.
Yeah, we're getting that now.
Yeah. So today is 33 and snowy. There's a 100% chance of snow. So that's out there now. Tomorrow, 25 and snow. Sunday, a high of 5, a low of -7. Monday, a high of -1, a low of -7. Tuesday, a high of 3 and a low of -1. And then Wednesday, we break it to the balmy temperatures of 16 degrees.
Oh, there you go.
Welcome to Chicago, baby.
Yeah, we got a nice -13, high of -4 on Sunday coming up here. Should be nice. Should be great. I hope we play some outdoor football or something, just because that's so exciting. Get the polar bears out there.
So football-y.
Yeah.
Well, Adam, good to talk to you, Papa. This Bulls team, what the hell is going on? Who are these guys, and how long are they staying?
It's funny. I remember last time when I was on here, I said if Jimmy Butler, if you could have Zach LaVine just kind of play like Jimmy Butler, take that Jimmy Butler mindset, then I'm all for him. But there it was. We saw it. Where's this Zach LaVine been? He was a dog, and instead of like standing out. He really fit in. But what was crucial, especially down the stretch against Houston, was he was responsible for the 6-point swing that won the game. That game shouldn't have gone to overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Zach LaVine helped them get out of the little deficit they got in overtime, and then kind of him and Kobe are able to put that game away. And it's extremely encouraging to see the way that Kobe White and Zach LaVine were actually able to be on the floor together and have that work. It was really encouraging to see that work in the starting lineup. And it's tough for me. A lot of weeknights, I'm not able to catch, the game on time. And I remember watching the starting lineups, and I got really excited just to see that they're giving it a try with Kobe and Zach and DeMar, all, starting together with Caruso out there too. And it's a very small lineup. It's a very weird lineup. And I'd like to get into that a little bit later. But we saw it was effective. And the reason that could be effective was because of LaVine and what he was doing defensively, and using that athleticism to be more than just an incredible scorer, more than just a slasher or a guy who's going to find his spots. That they were able to kind of play with that same kind of tempo that's suited the Billy Donovan Bulls pretty well in the past. And then the biggest thing for me as far as shot selection goes, that's the most 3-pointers they've made. And they took a ton by their standards. And, the Rockets, they're not going to be in the championship or anything, but they're a top 5 defensive team in the NBA. And that's a quality win. That's a Rockets team that is really good. And the Bulls were able to separate themselves by kind of being they were just a little smarter.
Well, that's what happens, Adam, when you pass the ball. That's what happens when you have ball movement. That's the one thing, and that was the thing with Zach LaVine. He was a black hole. And right. DeMar was too. All right, you get it? Now they just pound and pound, and everybody just standing out there like, all right, go to work, bucket, great. Now I go back. So you had no interaction with these other guys. They're not involved. They're sitting there, and it was how big of a blessing was it? How big of a blessing was it to have Zach and DeMar both hurt at the same time, and all of a sudden able to play Billy ball? And not only were they able to play it, but they were able to start winning. And both guys got to see like, oh snap! Well, they don't really need me because they're playing good basketball. And, in that, there were 31 assists in that game where they both played 31 assists. That's moving the ball, man. That's moving the ball. It's not staying in people's hands too long. That is exactly what this team needs because they're young, they're athletic. Get them out and run and move that ball and find the open shot.
Yeah, and that's when I've been pulling my hair out when I watch this team. It's usually Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan, like you mentioned, just kind of dribbling. And that last, I know I saw some people on Twitter were with me there, but like the last play in regulation, on the one side, I was glad that the Bulls made sure they got their last shot because you don't want to get a shot up early and give Houston a chance there.
Right.
But can we do something else? Are we literally just going to give DeMar DeRozan, all right, we're going to give you the ball with 12 seconds left. We want you to dribble, and then start to make a move. Like, can we have some action off ball? Can we have some,
yes,
there should be multiple options coming
screens
off.
Going off. Yes. You mean like normal good basketball teams do?
Drop a friggin' play. And that's what's frustrating there because that shouldn't be going to overtime. But you got Zach LaVine and Kobe White playing great ball. And don't get me wrong, DeMar DeRozan has been the guy down the stretch. And we remember what he's done. He had the back-to-back game winners a couple of years ago. But come on, man. How about feeding the hot hand? How about making the defense guess? Because if you give it to DeMar DeRozan at the top, everyone in that stadium including the defense, knows that he's just going to do his little dribble, pull up for a contested mid-range jumper. And hell, he might hit it. But let's try something else because it's predictable. And I would just like to see things go better because the Bulls are up 16 points in that fourth quarter.
Yep.
And, I read Zach LaVine commenting that he thought they overpassed a little bit. I think Houston just kind of got hot, and the Bulls did a good job kind of hanging onto the rope there. But there just needs to be, let's keep with that 31 assists style of basketball that got us there. So I don't know.
You know what, Adam? Here's the thing that I look at it from. All right, I'll lose that game. I will lose that game if you get Kobe a shot coming off the screen and he gets a good look and he misses it. Okay, great. I have no problem with it. You know why? Because I want him taking shots. I want Alex Caruso. I want different guys taking shots. So yes, DeMar, we'll get you the ball, but I need you to look and see if someone's open. You talked about movement. I need down screens. I need back screens. I need guys coming around, guys coming open, because if they don't collapse on DeMar, well, go ahead, DeMar, then take it, and I trust that shot. But when they do collapse on DeMar, then I need you to hit that open guy, and he's coming off a screen. Then I need you to hit that dude, and he needs to take that shot. And I need those guys. I need everybody comfortable and confident, from Kobe White to Caruso to Ayo to anybody. I don't give a damn who it is. Anybody who's in the game at that particular point to be comfortable taking that last shot. Because they're not going to expect Ayo and Kobe. Well, Kobe probably, but Ayo and Caruso, they're not going to expect them to take that shot. And you know what? When teams say, I want them to beat me, let them beat you. And that's where you get the confidence from. That's where we sneak out wins that we shouldn't have, that we get. Like, how do Bulls beat that? Why? Because they doubled, maybe tripled DeMar or Zach. They found an open guy coming off a screen because they ran a play. They designed a perfect play coming out of a timeout. Bingo, game winner. That's why I want these guys, these other guys shooting. We know you can make it, DeMar. We know it. You've done it. Get these other guys involved. Get their confidence up.
Fear Vucevic. Make them fear Kobe White. Make them fear Zach LaVine. Because you have the personnel where you can have the defense wondering which one of those four. Even if you don't expand it to some of the role guys, even if it's, those four, really good basketball players, then make them sweat it out. Which one of those four is going to take the shot? Because down the stretch, no disrespect, DeMar, but you're not Mike. You're not Mike.
Guys, we're joined by Adam Chalifoux on KVRR up in Fargo, talking Bulls basketball, and Bulls podcaster talking Bulls basketball here on Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. What's with Zach and his defense? What's with him playing his defense?
Oh man, that's what you want to see. That is what you want to see. I think what he finished with 3 steals, 13 rebounds. I mean, that is, Bulls fans got to be rejoicing. I've been waiting for this for a long time, and it's like I mentioned earlier. It's using that athleticism on the defensive side too, which we know he's capable of.
We've seen it, Adam. We saw it when he wants to play defense. Dude, he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
He didn't want to play defense.
He was a dog.
Yeah. He could have been on that Doberman.
Then you keep him, because the issue's just been kind of like, all right, dude, let's play really, really hard, and even the Bulls teams that haven't necessarily won championships, but when I think of some of the great Bulls players, I think of Luol Deng, Joakim Noah, Kirk Heinrich, even Ron Artest. People forget Ron Artest started his career with the Chicago Bulls.
Yes, he did, Doctor.
He was an incredible defender, and the Bulls' MO, the Bulls' trademark is they play hard. They play hard. They play really hard on the defensive end, and all those stars, Jordan and Pippen, Jerry Sloan, hard-nosed defenders. And so if you want to be a great Chicago Bull, you don't do it just by being a great offensive player. And so for me, it makes me more comfortable as a Bulls fan with Zach LaVine staying around, if this is what he's going to be, because he's obviously still really talented. That's never been the issue. But as the trade rumors have swirled about, it makes you wonder, especially like early in the season. We were talking about trades and what his market value is being. Frankly, his market value kind of sucks right now.
Adam, that's why he had inflammation from 4 to 6 weeks. Who the hell has inflammation for 4 to 6 weeks?
I mean,
and no one wanted his ass. That's the bottom line. No one wanted him.
I'm not a pro baller, man. But he's got to keep this up, because you're not going to trade Zach, and right now you're not going to get the fair value for him. And I would much rather see the Bulls just be good and make the playoffs. And is the championship going to happen this year? No, they're just not. They're not there. But they can at least be good, and they can have something to continue to build on, where it doesn't have to turn into. I don't want to see the rebuild movie again. You want to get crazy? How about let's trade for Lowry Markkanen, get him back. Take DeMar DeRozan. No, Utah's not doing that. But it would be fun. It would be fun. I'd rather see the Bulls be buyers than sellers, is what I'm getting at.
So with this current roster the way they are, with Zach playing the way he has been, where do you think their ceiling is? Divisional? Do you think it's the Eastern Conference Finals? How far it? You know what I mean? Where do you think? Because now that you got Zach, and this is the thing I hoped for. This is the thing I hoped for. When he was in his 6 to 8 week inflammation, disabilities. I'm like, what if Zach comes back because nobody wants him? What if he comes back, and what if he falls in line? How good can he be? How good can he make this team if he falls in line? He's fallen in line to this point. How good do you think he can make this team? What do you think their ceiling is this season?
3 spot in the East.
How deep in the playoffs?
Yeah, like a good, best case scenario for the Bulls is home court in the playoffs in the first round.
Okay.
They're just not catching Boston. Boston's unreal. That roster is unreal. They got the best chance to win a championship in a long time.
Oh, great! I gotta hear my college friends talk shit.
A lot of people, you got to be patient with these teams. But Damian Lillard and Giannis, come on, they're gonna be okay. They're going to be okay.
Once they start flowing and really getting, and you've seen it. They've seen it in spurts where they're playing off each other. Like when they start to get that pick and roll down together, come on, dude.
And they're going to beat the hell out of the Celtics last night. Just goes to show. But then I start getting into the Phillies, and I have questions with Philly. The thing with Philly is their best players, their biggest question. I'm always going to question any team that's led by Joel Embiid with the amount of games he misses and his disappearing act we've seen in the playoffs. And sometimes it's injuries, sometimes he's not. Don't get me wrong. Disrespect to the, reigning MVP, but I have not seen, I need to see him get to the NBA Finals, and then I'll truly give him his flowers. But then, you kind of get into that mix of, right now, 4 is Pacers, 5's Cavs, 6 Knicks, 7's Heat, 8 really good Orlando team, and then 9's the Bulls. But there's not a huge difference that I see between a team like the Pacers, who are 5 games ahead of the Bulls, and the Bulls. So that's where you can get maybe up to that 4 spot. But then, you have the Raptors who made some interesting moves recently, and we'll see what that turns out with them. And then the Hawks, the Raptors, I can't really tell if they're trying to, I guess, be buyers or sellers. We don't know if Ben Simmons is ever going to play. And what I'm getting at here is there's still teams below the Bulls that are going to be trying to make their runs, obviously. But the Bulls, one thing they got to do is they got to play better on the road. Just 5-12 on the road right now.
Okay.
And that's not going to cut it. Get that road win percentage up and
500
intensity on the defensive end, and then you can see where this thing can truly get. But I do want to say that the X factor, because you mentioned with Zach LaVine playing this way, well, the X factor is Patrick Williams here, and it's Patrick Williams coming off the bench because the team's built weird. Like, I just don't know how else to say it, but it's a weirdly built team because you have, in my opinion, one of the best backup centers in the NBA in Andre Drummond. And I get that the whole league has been out on this guy at times, but statistically, he's one of the greatest rebounders of all time.
Yeah.
I just think that he's a guy that can make you better if you use him right. And he makes some stupid moves sometimes, but the guy's incredible, and he's a luxury to have on the bench. And he's your clear backup center, but he also can't play a lick of power forward. And you can't really play Vucevic on the floor with him. And so you have your bigs, and the thing about Drummond is you're only going to play him so much when you got Vucevic out there. But I'd like to see a little bit more Drummond when the time is right, because he's another guy who can really contribute. But then you look at that you have a bunch of really good guys who can play like shooting guard and point guard and a little bit of small forward.
Yeah.
But DeRozan is kind of like, I mean, this guy's been a shooting guard most of his career, and now he's kind of like a small forward who plays some power forward. He's starting at power forward right now. But come on, you don't want him and Jaren Jackson Jr. out there together. Like, that's going to be a nightmare when you find a big guy who can move his feet like that, or a Jaden McDaniels. Like, I'm just thinking about teams that could give the Bulls problems. Well, the team that's given everybody in the NBA problems right now is the Minnesota Timberwolves. But you look at how that's built with athleticism and length, and what they're able to do on the defensive end, and that's going to really give a team like the Bulls, who are going to be a small ball team with what they're doing, that's going to give the Bulls a lot of trouble, and it creates the situation where Patrick Williams needs to be a really dang good forward off the bench, and he needs to be aggressive. When I don't care if it's Caruso, LaVine, or DeRozan, when one of those guys is off the floor, I want Patrick Williams on the floor. I want him playing lockdown defense. I want him being aggressive. And he's got a lot of responsibility in a weird way, just because they are so soft in the middle of that rotation, or their ability to make rotations, when they don't really have any really good, like, true forwards on this roster. Like, DeRozan is the closest you're going to get to that guy, but, like, it's a small team. Like, really, it's 4 guards and Vucevic is what they put out there against Houston.
Yep.
And so I want to see Patrick Williams become that X factor and show that he can fortify, because if he can fortify that lineup in those rotations, then you are able to see the Bulls that can climb up into the upper echelon of the Eastern Conference come this spring.
Adam, great stuff, buddy. I appreciate it. Do me a big favor, though. Let everyone know where they can find you online.
Yeah, you can find me at Fargo Foo on Twitter. Yeah, you know, a lot of Fargo, North Dakota stuff, but also working on some things under the radar right now. So keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes out. A lot more Bulls, NBA, Bears. Just getting back to talking a little more Chicago. And so keep an eye out. And, you know, thanks for having me on. Loving the Bears stuff. Loving that we're seeing someone, you know, we got to support Justin Fields. Love that that's been the message. And I saw him, you know, give you a little crap at the presser. But, you know, that just means you're doing a good job. So keep it up.
And you know what? It sparked conversation from everybody. It was all over ESPN. They asked Matt Eberflus about the short yardage. It was on a couple of different shows on the Score. They brought it up in different podcasts. See, I'm like, trust me, this is why I need to be in that press room asking questions, because that's the thing. You know, like I don't know a lot about a lot, Adam, but I know football. And hey, man, I can ask quite good questions.
I know I've wondered, like, hey, are we gonna just run it up the damn gut? You know, like, we're just gonna get the first down, or are we gonna take the first down? So you weren't the only one thinking it, but we'll see. I'm very excited to see what happens with the Bears.
Likewise. Hey, Baba, you have a good weekend. Stay warm. I'll stay warm over here. We just can't. We had our cousin's Christmas exchange was tomorrow, just because you know how we got different schedules and stuff. So we'd already scheduled it for for tomorrow, and they're like, "Yeah, we gotta do it next week." It's crazy. All right, buddy. We'll talk soon, man. And it's see Red. I'm loving this Bulls team, baby. And I was gonna wear my Bulls hat today, and I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna wear my Sports Zone Chicago hat."
Yeah,
all right, Adam. We'll talk soon, buddy. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All righty. Guys, that's Adam Chalifoux from KBRR up in Fargo, but also a Bulls podcaster. And you've seen him on here plenty of times talking Bulls basketball. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we're going to welcome my mans in them. Kenneth Davis. I wish I had a deep voice like him. Kenneth Davis. Kenneth. It sounds stupid when I try to have a deep voice. Kenneth. I'm going to stop. Ken's probably laughing at me. He's like, shut up, Shawn, with your fake ass wannabe deep voice. I don't got it. I hear you. We all have I can't be good at everything. I can't be good at a lot of things. That's another story. I'm out of here. I'll be back on the other side. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
To run for 17, back he goes, here comes Chubb, there goes the ball, touchdown, Jones will walk at the left tackle, time for Fields, now he'll accelerate to get the first down, great tackles, and he's off to the races, oh, he got a terrific block.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
So I've come up with the family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at...
I mean, I'm not sure. Like I said, that decision is not in my hands. All I can control is, what I did do, and I gave it my all. So whether it's here or not, I have no regrets. Shout out to, you guys for, making my job a little bit harder. But, just to the city of Chicago, love y'all. Appreciate the fans and the support from all the Bears, in case this is my last rodeo with y'all, and just appreciate y'all for everything. So, thanks.
That was our guy. That's my quarterback, man. My quarterback. It's my quarterback. Oh, hold on. I need sunglasses to be true to you. It's my quarterback, man. It's my quarterback. Got some new sunglasses the other day. Just so you know, I shop off season. Like, I don't need sunglasses, so I get them now when they're cheaper. But anyway, I digress. Man, I'm excited to talk to my mans and them. You know what time it is. Ken Davis time. My man's in there. What up, kid?
That's how you get up in the morning. That's regardless of it anything to do with me. We need more music like that in our lives, man. Like, what's going on, man? What's going on, everybody in the chat? We just you don't have real voices, deep or not, but real music. Everyone is a light voice, and you need soul. But what's going on, my guy? Yeah, man. It's
good day. I had 2 workouts this morning. I went to CrossFit. I ended up doing burpees. So they said it was gonna start doing it at 4, and so I was like, "All right, dude, I'm gonna go." So I get up at 4. So I set my alarm for 3:45. Okay. I'm like, "All right, let me make it." So I have to shovel out. Man, ain't no snow at 3:40. I'm like, "Man, you mother hubbards." I'm like, "All right, dude, I bet." So my driveway was clear because I leave the car in the driveway. Driveway was clear. I'm about 1.5 miles away. I'm 7 miles away from CrossFit. I'm about 1.5 miles away. Here comes the snow. I'm like, "You son of a gun." By the time I got out of CrossFit, it was like 3.5 inches, bro. I was like, "Oh, damn." So I had to get home. It was coming down crazy. I had to get home because I know, we have an HOA, but who knows when the shovel that we have is going to come over. And I'm not going to back my car back into the driveway and then pack that snow down.
Then pack it, and it's going to be ice.
Bingo.
Basically. I used to have somebody do mines, but they wasn't showing up on time. And we had a death in the family due to someone shoveling. So with her side of the family, they're pretty protective about that or whatever. But like, dude, they wouldn't be here. And I'm sure they maybe have larger accounts. But this year, I'm happy I didn't pay for it because it hadn't snowed. But yeah, I'm with you. It's like one of those things. Like I'm telling the family, like my son is in high school. They called it off. My daughter, they didn't. I'm like, no one's going anywhere. And then she's upset because the daughter's upset. I'm like, let it go. I'm like, you got to deal with making a decision and just letting it go. Like she has a problem with like letting up. No, I make that decision. It's a wrap. It's over. Like whatever. But anyway,
in China.
But in saying that, everybody, man, if you got to be out there shoveling, be careful and take the break. Because the thing with me when I'm shoveling, it's hard for me to take a really long break. Because sometimes, you especially if it's heavy and wet, your heart gets to really pumping. And you need to, like, I'll stop, but I won't take a longer break. So y'all just be careful out there.
No, I hear you. And that was the same thing, dude. Like, so I'm like, all right. It's not a long driveway by any stretch, but I'm like,
what? A driveway, bro. That's a lot of land.
What I did was
do the alley to get in and out the alley. I got to do
the alley. When I stayed before, yeah,
and I have to do my side and the guy that lives across because it's funny because I know we're doing a lot of snow talk. So I would see him. He'd be like, "Yeah, I do your side sometime." I'd be like, "Motherfucker, stop! You don't do my side because I do your side because I have to." We can't but we have to both go towards each other's garage to pull into. So I have to do his side or whatever. So I do his side. But yeah, just be careful in general. If you're out there, you're doing some shoveling because you can overexert yourself and bad things can occur.
Yeah, and that's what I did. So I cleaned it apart where my truck was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got past that point, I went and I salted. And then I was like, and I did the salt on there, and then I did the other half. Or actually, I didn't even do the whole driveway. I just like half so I can back it up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, I let you do.
I mean, you had to be tired.
Yeah, I just got back from CrossFit, dude.
Yeah, you had to be tired. Now you got to fall out. I mean, like you said, you paying somebody to do it. So, no, hell no.
I'll leave you a little something to do.
Yeah. Make your money's worth.
Oh, man. So we're excited, man. We're excited. A whole bunch of season's over, but a whole bunch of stuff coming out. So finally the Bears, first and foremost, they're in London. They just touched down in London town. I'm excited. I think I'm going to go to London next year for that game. Because my buddy, I was like, yeah, maybe go. Back in Europe, baby. I'm back, baby.
go meet all your kids.
Hey, you better watch your mouth.
Apologies.
You can leave their mom because at this point they're like 40, they're like 50, so I don't need to see him.
Congratulations to that man that raised you. He did a great job. That's your daddy.
Way to go, buddy. Julio Sierra. He's a DJ and he's a big Cub fan. I don't hold it against. But remember the Cubs were in London last year. Or was it Paris? Either one. But they channel. So he went out there for a week. So he spent a couple of days. Actually, he went to Spain for 2 or 3 days. Went to Paris. Took there for a couple of days. Took the channel to London because it was London. They played the Cardinals in London. So yeah, I was like, oh, dude, that's pretty damn cool. I could visit my girl from college. She lives in Spain. I'm like, damn, dude, that's pretty dope. Go her and her husband and meet her 2 boys finally. You go to London, take the channel, take the Louvre. Because I always want to go to Paris. Just so so I'm thinking about doing that. That'll be dope. I'm excited about that. So that should be pretty fun, getting to Paris.
How much is that going to run you?
Probably a couple stacks, maybe 2-ish.
Okay. Let me know when you start making those plans.
So here's the cool part. I said it earlier in the show. One of my girls, Eddie's former manager at Output, she does everything, but she has a little she has a travel agency. Yeah, so they book everything. So and she's good. You know how women are; they're real good at planning shit. So there's like we got everything. Like you don't have to do it, but you got shit to do in case you want to do it.
Right.
So I'll probably do that because when the Bears were in London last time when they played the Raiders, they had a big group, man. They had like 40, 45 people go. Yeah, that's dope. So it'll probably be the same thing. So I'll definitely keep you worded up on that because that'll be dope. Heading to Europe and Paris and London. So I'm definitely going to just so I can say I was on the channel. I just want to say I was on the channel.
Yeah, dude. Why not? Why not, man? It's short. This is a short trip we all are on. So you got to do what you got to do.
Ain't that the truth? Speaking of doing what you got to do, the Bears.
Yeah,
the Bears have fired their offensive coordinator.
Listen, as you expected, someone had to fall on the sword, and he was the likeliest candidate. I wish they would
Luke Harvey Oswald. I mean, Luke. Yes.
I wish they would have swung for the fences, but I understand. I understand that Matty Eberflus had saved the season at the end of the season. I also understand that Ryan Poles, it may have not been to his advantage. Some of the people that he brought in, as far as cuffing some of his power, and he may be in very good standing, so he didn't have to do anything like that. But it's just the Bears had started to seemingly put on their big boy pants when you're talking about finally hiring a president and Kevin Warren, who he really doing a dangerous job with playing with our heartstrings, talking about them staying in the city. But I know you have to try to leverage them to get the taxes down properly, so I understand why. But as a group that has basically we're all kind of fine with them moving because we understand, like, man, I always told you, if I owned the Bears, I would either own Soldier Field or I would have left 20 years ago.
Time ago.
I would have never allowed this. I want all of my money. So I understand that they have to do what they have to do to build what they can build out there. And then as a taxpayer in the city, I know people will be upset giving them any type of money or whatever. I mean, partially I wouldn't, because y'all steal my money and do stuff that doesn't benefit me anyway. At least this is something that I enjoy. But Ryan, they kept Matty Eberflus. They got rid of the Janoko. They got rid of the assistant tight ends coach. They kept Chris Morgan in the tight ends coach. Simo did show some improvements with the offensive line down the stretch, finally.
But see, that's my issue though, Ken. Like, are you an offensive coordinator and you can't bring your own OC? You can't bring your own line coach. You know what I mean?
No,
like that's the problem.
I understand. I'm with you, but it's particularly depending on the scheme that we're running. I'm with you on that. We talked about this on Under Center yesterday. That comes out. It came out already. This was 2 days ago. Actually, this was 3 days ago. I'm tripping.
Tweaking.
Yeah, it's been hard for us Alabama fans. It's been a hard few days.
I talked about that earlier too.
Right.
We'll let you vent later at the end if you want, Papa. I got you.
I'm
okay.
Good. No venting.
Okay.
We talked about it, and even like with Josh, we were talking about Clint Kubiak. Gary Kubiak's kid, and the Bears asked to talk to, go get one of them Shanahan dudes that at least has called some part of the game. He's the passing coordinator. Just like Mike McDaniels was the run coordinator. Go give me one of them. You know what I'm saying? but also that it kind of messes with what you were saying doing your TO impersonation. That doesn't mean there's a clear decision, but there's some likelihood to what they may do moving forward, bringing in a different offense.
Yeah, so they've requested offensive coordinator. Seattle offensive coordinator Shane Waldron. Now that Pete Carroll's gone, so all those assistants are eligible to be interviewed. And then you mentioned Kubiak. So I like it, and they're wasting no time, which they shouldn't. And keep going. The passing Kubiak is a passing coordinator for the Niners,
which that's what we want.
Exactly what we want.
And they give him props for what Purdy is doing there. So yeah, we want someone who's competent, has done something before, and not someone that's totally learning on the job. So that was the problem with what the Bears did, and we've said this before. But all four of them, and I'm referring to Poles, Eberflus, Alan Williams, and Luke Getsy, they were all learning at the same time. A whole new job. There's going to be some failure in that. Like if you, me, Armando, Bellissimo, Marshawn, I think is up in here. Marshawn is up in here. Started a business that we never have had any part of. Well, no, we've had some parts, but we've never had the new steps that we've all assumed. We're going to have some missteps. It's just that's commonplace, and we're going to have to pay for it. But hopefully, those missteps benefit us in the future. So, but get someone who's done this before, not someone who basically an offense was chopped up by Aaron Rodgers to fit what he wanted to do. And say that this guy deserves necessarily this job. But look, some people have high regard for Luke Getsy, which is like, man, you can fail up, can't you? But like some people, like when you hear nationally, what people say is like, I guess, but the consistency is not. You can't tell me that he should get another year when out of everything, I put it on Matt Eberflus because he's the head coach. But the fact that Getsy had to always relearn what he finally found out, was maddening. Like who your personnel is, and you play to the strength of your personnel. Like that. Yeah. The thing is this too, and remember, and I mentioned this the other day when the fear was, man, I don't know if I want to get Getsy because he may be gone in a year. Dog, he was supposed to do that. He was supposed to get in here, do whatever he needed to do to get a job as a head coach. He lost the picture. You know what I'm saying? Like he was so busy trying to force Justin to do something when it's like, dude, hold on, what do you do? I'm all right. Shimmy. We running this bad boy. Then shimmy. We got DJ Moore. Oh yeah, shimmy. Like, dude, this is it. It's you said it. Where are the slants? Just. Why look, and that's one for DJ Moore. Where was moving DJ? I've said this plenty of times being on here with you. Where was moving DJ Moore around? Where was using DJ Moore as a decoy? Like you did a disservice to Darnell Mooney because you could have taken advantage of what Darnell Mooney could do with quickness if you had set the game plan up on times where DJ Moore was being double covered. So it's just, it was maddening. Like that was the worst part. And if Alan Williams didn't get fired, Flusas would be out too because he wouldn't have kicked that door in and told Williams, I need you to do this, particularly what he started doing on the back end with different pressure. I don't believe he would have done that to Alan Williams. I think he would have let Alan Williams run the show, which clearly was a mistake.
Definitely a mistake. And, we talked about it, he had to go, and I'm talking Getsy. Just, I looked at it a little different. I'm talking like, drop backs, like Marion route combos with step back and with drop backs and then motions and things like that. And obviously the question that got me, 2.5 minutes of fame about Justin in the short yard game.
Worldwide. My man
Prestige worldwide.
They had to put some respect. They had to put some respect on his name.
Hold on.
Some respect.
Superstar.
Yes. Worldwide. I'm like, go get it, bro. Go get it. Go get it.
And the thing is, like you said, I think perfectly. He kept relearning what he learned. Like after last year, you had the situation or the mini bye after the New England game, okay, or before the New England game, and you changed it up, and Justin went crazy. You averaged 30 points a game, all right, for a 5-game stretch, and then you start this year, and then you do something completely different. Like, why wouldn't you build on that? Why wouldn't you say, okay, this is what did good? If his success means my success.
That's
so
it.
what does he do? What do I got to do to make him successful? Because when I do that, I get what I want by default.
Yep. Period.
So it's
if he did what you said, he's right now. People will be asking him perhaps to be their head coach.
Yep.
If he did what you said, people will be like, "Yo, I like the guy that's doing that with Justin Fields. And dude, you got to get out. You got to get out your own way sometimes.
Yes.
You got to put your pride to the side. Like if we're doing, like for instance, if I'm doing something with you, Shawn, you've been done things with clubs. You've been coaching. There are things that I'm not gonna be like, oh well, let me do this. But you'd be like, Ken, we're doing this at this club. I usually do this. So why am I going to jump in front of the person that knows what they're doing and say we have to do it my way? No, I'm going to ask you questions. I'm like, well, one to learn, but also just to check. But I'm like, I'm going to lean on the fact that you are the key. Like, that's the thing. Take advantage. You don't have to be the star like that. The people get that confused. So we have to do this my way. That's if it's got to be my way. No, it doesn't. The most effective way is the way to go about doing it. Simple as that. Everyone, I always feel like this. I don't have to shine because I'm gonna shine regardless. Like for real. I can play the background. I'm a shine. You know what I'm saying? You can play the lead, but I'm still gonna get mine sooner or later. I'm gonna get mine. And that, but to sit there and you put it in a very poignant way. You unlocked it last year. Why wouldn't you build off that? Why wouldn't you build off it in more plays from that? But also, why wouldn't you build off of tricking people by being in those formations and doing something totally different? Like it's just, dude, come on. It wasn't. And then on top of it, you've messed with my boy's money. Like, and that's the thing that makes me mad because Justin should be getting ready to talk about signing a $200 and something million deal. And now who knows what's going to happen? Like, and that's the point. Look, I'm not saying Justin is perfect, and this is one thing, and I give Wani props that he always says, there's talent and then there's character. And Justin has, and he said, terrific character. Like, we know Justin is not a quitter. We know Justin is tough. We know Justin seems principled. He has great character. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean he's a perfect quarterback or he'll ever be the best quarterback in the NFL. But from what he did at Ohio State and the glimpses that we've seen here in the pros, there's something that's there, and you didn't exploit that. And now we're in a position that they're probably going to move off of him because you didn't exploit that. But that still goes to Matt Eberflus because that's his boss. And if I'm your boss, you're going to do what helps both of us. Because Matt Eberflus was this close to getting fired if that defense didn't take off. And I would have never let my coordinators put me in a position where I may never be a head coach again. Because no one's going to be like, yeah, the Bears fired you. Come can be our head coach. No, you're going to have to be there. Somebody gets fired and get an interim job like Dick Duran did with Buffalo, wherever the hell his ass was after he left here. But you're not going to get another straight head coaching job right away after you failed in Chicago. So it's just like, I don't understand that because I want to eat. Right? Like I like eating better, right? I like providing for my family and my friends. So why am I gonna let you put me in a situation where I gotta go back to getting coordinator dollars when I'm trying to get head coaching bucks? So that's where, to me, it's like, where's the common sense at? Like that's where, if we talking real grown-up shit, where the hell is the common sense at? Because there at times there was no common sense. And it's like, what are y'all doing? Like, this doesn't make sense. A layman can see that. But I'll say this. He did improve that defense. He did.
And you know what the thing is, and that's awesome. That's awesome. It's awesome because we love, we're a town built on defense and running, all right, running the ball.
Right.
And we're transitioning into the pass. So, we got Montez Sweat, that whole deal. And for me, it's like, okay, now what do you do? Okay, so you got, there's a big part of the fan base says keep Justin. Another part of the fan base says no, move on from him. What happens? What are you going to do? because each situation has its own different issues, so to speak. You know, but to me, I think that like I'm so happy. People are saying, "Oh, CJ Stroud, you passed on him or you missed on him." Like, no, you didn't, because if you bring him here with a horrible offensive coordinator, he doesn't unleash. He's not. You're not going to tap into him and get the best out of him like if Patrick Mahomes had gotten here when we drafted when he came out years ago. All right, he wouldn't be the Patrick Mahomes he is now. He'd probably be better. He has talent.
That's what I was going to say.
But he wouldn't be the Patrick. He wouldn't be at the level that he's at now. His situation was so different. Imagine him the first year if he had a run around. Imagine him if he got sacked 8 times by the Cleveland and 4.5 by or 9 times by Cleveland, 4.5 by Myles Garrett. You know what I mean? That's a whole different scenario. So my thing with CJ Stroud, I'm extremely happy for the young man. Extremely. Okay. He got a great situation walking in with Bobby Slowick. Justin needs that dude.
But I'll say this:
whoever comes here, if it's Justin or if they decide to move on from him, which I'm not for that. But regardless,
we can't control. Right, we can't control what they're going to do.
They need that.
I'll say this: I think everything you say is correct, and 2 things can be true. Particularly when you said about if Patrick Mahomes started his rookie season. But I also think we have to give some props to the processing that CJ Stroud has. CJ Stroud, and right now, just in general, processes things in the pocket faster than his contemporary in Justin Fields. I just think that's true. It's not, and CJ Stroud isn't the athlete. CJ Stroud doesn't have the arm, but just the fact is, his brain is moving a tick faster. But you're right that Getsy still would have. CJ Stroud wouldn't be the CJ Stroud he is if he had Getsy being hit or Patrick Mahomes. We never would have been to the height they are. But I think we also have to pay attention to that too. But yeah, man. I mean, for me, it's one of those things where you want the first pick, but man, part of me would have wished it was the 5th pick, because then it wouldn't be in question what we're gonna do with Justin. Right. You know, like I just wish it was out of their hands. And we wouldn't have had the option to and I mean, and again, I wanted the first pick, but that's just it's just unfair. And I mean, it's so Chicago, you know, like we get this, and like even regardless if they move off of Justin, until that player performs at a higher level, we'll begin to enjoy them. But when they say his name, it's not gonna be like, yeah. And I said this on the show before, where it's not gonna feel the same as it did when the Bears moved, when you found out the Bears traded up with the Giants. That emotion was akin to Jay Cutler Day. It's not going to feel like Jay Cutler Day. I'm going to put it like that. It's not going to feel like that day they traded for Jay Cutler and you were talking to people in the streets that you didn't know. And it was like, it's not going to feel like that, because and not us, but in general, just the problem. You said this earlier. It's a defensive and running team. The Bears bared them. You know what I'm saying? Where we got this shiny, nice thing with all this talent, and we didn't put the proper people around him to develop him to the level that he could have easily gotten to. We forced him to become one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the league. And think about that. Yeah. This wasn't him in Ohio State. It wasn't. We knew he was fast. But you ain't know he could be the fastest quarterback in the NFL, right? Like we forced him to be like, oh yeah, you was throwing in school, but guess what? Get ready to use those legs, right? And that's great. I mean, we forced him. The Bears did, and it's gonna be unfortunate. I'm always, regardless if I'm gonna root for him if he's here, I'm always gonna root for him wherever he goes and wish the best for Justin, because he did nothing but represent that C on that helmet the best way. He got his ass kicked often and got back. He got a concussion in that game.
Oh, hell yeah.
He got a concussion. And he still came out there. And I mean, how we all know his shoulder's been messing with him all year long. Like, it's just he's a great young man. And I wish things could have worked out here. They still can. I'm not saying it's a fait accompli. It's just one of those things where it's like, why do we do this with this one? Like, how? Like, and that's the most frustrating part out of all of it. But yeah,
It's like it's similar to like a Ferrari. I think I mentioned this the other night. It's like a Ferrari. All right. If you have a Ferrari, all right, and your 16-year-old son who just learned how drives that Ferrari. Well, how's he going to drive it? Well, he's going to be a little cautious. He's not going to be hugging those curves at 35, 40 miles an hour. All right. It's a performance car. He's going to be a little more cautious. Now, us, I mean, hey, some of us been driving since 12, 13, 14 years old. All right. We get a Ferrari. We're going to push that bad boy. We're going to push it. Let's check that corner and say, ooh, okay. I like the way it hugs. We're going to do a lot more. The Ferrari still has that same potential, whether the 16-year-old's driving it or the experienced driver is driving it. It has the same potential. You just have to pull it out and use it. And that's what they haven't done with Justin. They didn't pull out and use his skill set to the max. And so that's the frustrating part. So, but let's talk about what would you like with this defense? What do you think we're missing on this defense, or changes we need to make on this defense? Because the defense is good. The defense is good. I mean, they laid an egg the last game. Okay, and it happens. Everybody loses. Miami got their ass kicked a couple.
Really good defenses give up a game. All right. And also the Packers had something to prove. That's just the facts. The Packers had something to win for, had something to prove, but also the Packers, and you got to give Matt LaFleur props, they knew how to negate Montez Sweat, right? We really hadn't seen that since really the first couple of games when Sweat was just learning the defense, basically. Like, they found a way to negate him. So going to what you're saying, he needs a teammate on that defensive line. I can understand. I don't know if you're going to go with, I don't know if in that at number 10 or number 9, rather, if you would take Johnny Newton. I don't know what they're going to put on the 3 technique when they already invested in 2 draft picks. And I think they should retain Justin Jones. I don't think like he's dominant, but I think you see when Montez Sweat is there, Justin Jones was right when he was like, yo, they was double teaming the hell out of me last year. But you need a defensive end opposite of Sweat, so they can't shift everything over. Or even if they do, he's gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? Like so that should probably be where you go. And then I would maybe look for another developmental 3 later in the draft. Some kid, he could be undersized or something, but he could just penetrate his ass off, basically. And I would probably so I'm talking about like in the 5th. I don't know if you would do it in the 4th, but the 5th,
like a one-trick pony.
Yep, a one-trick pony, and it's
Mark
just like
Anderson
dog.
Back in the day.
All he does is he gets in that gap and he just disrupts. Like that's what he does. He ain't taking no blocks. He disrupted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would probably look for someone like that. You got to think about what they're going to do with Bojack.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say you should replace him this year, but this could be the year where you start looking for someone to be his understudy. But his contract, he can't come back for $14 million.
No.
That needs to be broken into 2 seasons, and at like $9 million a piece or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But because we have to know that foot is going to be a problem. It's the same thing with, I said it with Tevin Jenkins. I love Tevin Jenkins. He had one of the worst games he ever had this last game. I love Tevin Jenkins. Yeah, yes. I love Tevin Jenkins, but you may only get max 14 games out of him. That's max 14 games. I mean, that's just been his history these last 3 seasons. Remember, he barely played his rookie season.
Right.
But that's probably what I would be looking to do. Or I would be looking, and I know you asked me about defense, and then I just switched offense, so I apologize. First of all, I'm going to say this about Ryan Poles. Stop lying. You should have been given Braxton Jones competition. And you always talk about steel sharpening steel, and we're gonna play the best players. That was your little package, baby. And you never put someone. And again, I like the character of Braxton Jones. It's not that you can. I know he's trying, but there's just limitations, and hopefully he can grow from that. But still, you should have had someone there, and also just to have a swing tackle that you prefer. You guys don't trust Larry Borum, so why didn't you go get a swing tackle in the first place?
Yep.
But those are the things that of course you got to bring in. You got to get a receiver in the first 2 rounds. You got to get a receiver in the first 2 rounds, period. This is a deep receiver draft. I wouldn't be mad if they took a receiver at number 9, but the only thing with that's a lot. If we're saying hypothetically they're gonna go quarterback then receiver, damn, that's a lot that you're doing. But I wouldn't be mad. It's just a lot to go to the offense. But I mean, they spent money on the defense. They bought their linebacking core. They've traded for Montez Sweat and paid him. There's a lot of money on that defense right now. You look at what Bojack is getting. They're about to play Jalen Johnson, right? So when you have money on that side, it is okay to allocate some more resources early to the side you have less money on, since if you draft the quarterback, he's not going to be making premium dollars. Neither would the receiver be making premium dollars. And then you have somebody to go with DJ Moore. And then also they're going to have to sooner or later, they're going to re-up DJ Moore's money. I don't know Cornelius. I'm not against the Cornelius. But I think sometimes because we prefer people, there's nothing wrong with preferring people, that we can't see the forest from the trees. And I think if you just look at it with Ryan Post saying, I'm taking this to April, he's saying, I'm not trading this pick. Right? Like he's saying, like, I'm taking this all the way. Like, because think about last year, he was like, damn, son, you could have held on. Because didn't he have like Carolina had like 2.5, 3 months basically hold on that pick. He was like, damn, son, wait, you could have hold on to the
yeah. But also he's a little wiser. He understands the fact that there are yes, they're showing up barely some more. I just didn't put them up. That's all right. He's a little more seasoned now. You know, and he's trying to, you know, and everyone's talking about, so if he wants to trade that pick, he's trying to make competition. So he's he wants, I think he's trying to get 3 firsts and a player. If he gets 3 firsts and a player,
it's not, you gotta, yeah, I'm with you.
And that's one of the things that I'm thinking. That's one of the things I'm thinking why they stay with Justin, because all the things you mentioned, like you can go, because he already showed his ass. He's getting a player. He got DJ Moore last year, and that's why I was like, okay, you talk. And if he doesn't, I'll say, okay, go to Washington with 2. All right, you go to Washington with 2. Okay, you need 2 first rounders, a second rounder, and a player. All right, who's your player? For 3, there's 1 of 3 players in this order. Deron Payne, that's 3 tech. Scary Terry McLaurin, the wide receiver, or Jonathan Allen. In that order. Payne, McLaurin, Allen. One of those 3. Nope. Okay, gotta go. Next, I got my lights the phone lines are flashing. They're lighting up. And see what you want. You want Caleb Williams? He is a DC boy. He's from DC. My college, my good buddy was his high school coach. So he's from the area. You don't think that's going to sell tickets in DC? A kid coming home heck yeah. So he's got that. And then all those picks. And then Ken, I know I'm getting goofy with it. Do the double trade back. Do a double trade back. 1 to 2, 2 to 3. Getting crazy with it. I didn't even drink this morning.
Only problem I know. The only problem I think is on some of that. You have to incorporate the fact that if you're holding on to Justin, you're gonna pay Justin, and so now that cap is gone. So even when you're talking about getting a player, like Deron Payne got a fresh contract that he just got last season. You know, Scary Terry got a contract 2 years ago. I think I remember him getting paid, and that's good. And you're gonna pay Jalen Johnson. You're paying Montez Sweat. You're paying Justin. I think I think money is a large reason on why they may move off of him. I think that's really the biggest thing, because it's like, because let's be honest, all right? I'll play devil's advocate. With where that defense could be if you add another defensive player on that line, right? And you looked at how good they were this year, and you retain the coordinator that got them hot in Matt Eberflus. Well, where that defense could be, if you have a guy that's not going to get paid for 4 more years, you can spend money to go and do whatever the hell you want. You can do what the 49ers are doing. You could do what the Eagles was able to do before they had to pay Jalen Hurts. And imagine if Jalen Hurts got drafted in the bottom of the first. They would have added more people this year, because they wouldn't have to pay his ass this past offseason. They would have 5th-yeared him, right? Yeah. So that's what I think is going to be the biggest reason why it's like, yeah, we love Justin, but we can really put whoever around this rookie, because we're not going to have to pay him. And by the time we have to pay him, if we haven't won the D game, we would have been to maybe a chance to be to the NFC Championship, and we'll be heroes basically. So then we'll deal with the fallout of we got to let go of him. We got to go young because we're paying the quarterback. I think that's the way they're probably going to lean. But and in saying this, I wouldn't be upset if they kept Justin. The only thing that would make me upset if they kept Justin is if they continue to fail him. That would be the only. But it's not a.
Well, we'll know that. We'll know that who they get on it by their OC. We'll know that by who they get in their OC.
We still got to see. We still got to see. We still have to see that OC and what he does here, though, because he hasn't been. He will never had the autonomy that he'll have, depending on where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Because usually it's going to be somebody that came from perhaps a head coach, or he played under a coordinator that was calling plays, or he called half of the game plan. He didn't call the entire game plan, perhaps. But we have to see him, what he does away from where he is and how he implements what he does here with the players that the Bears have here. I agree. We'll have a better understanding once he's hired, but we still have to see how he does it when he has full autonomy to run the offense, because clearly that's what he's going to have, since Eberflus lets you do whatever the hell you want to do.
You know, one of the things, and here's where I disagree with you, man, because I think the more picks you have. Well, first of all, did you see Acho the other day on Get Up with Joy? He was saying, he goes, it's easier, and I couldn't believe that I'm saying this. Like, you're a pretty educated guy, but apparently corporate tells you to do something, you jump. But no, I'm kidding. He's like, it's easier to hit on this guy than on one pick, Caleb Williams, than it is to hit.
Yeah, I did see.
I'm like, did you hit the law of numbers?
I did see that. I did see that.
So my thought is this. So the more picks you have, all right, they're locked. They're locked. If you're a first round pick, second round pick, you're pretty much locked. You're budgeted. So you're locked for 4 years. So I know exactly, and the salary cap goes up every year. All right. You're locked. So when we're talking about paying Justin, if necessary, all right, you don't have to pay him until that third year, 24, 25. You're going to have to pay him in 26, because 25, you're going to be 23, 20-ish, 23, 24-ish.
You have to pay Justin will be entering his fourth season, so you have to pay him
25
$25 the year after that. But I mean, the thing is this, Shawn, if you're going to give him a fifth-year option, you may as well give him his contract. You shouldn't even string that along, because it may be cheaper for you to just be like, look, we're gonna give him a fifth-year option, but the extension is, here comes the extension. Look, sometimes I feel like this. We're arguing about things that we don't know, and I'm just trying to present what they may do. Like, we don't know. They may go either way. Like, we spend so much animus on things we don't know, and I'm too grown sometimes. I got real shit going on where it's just, I'm not okay. If you don't think so, like, am I on here saying Justin Fields is a bad quarterback? No. I saw in the comments that he's on the promo for London. Yeah, you should. You don't know what you're going to do with it. Like, think about like the little things we're trying to pick because we wanted to go along with our storyline. I'm not dissing anybody. I'm just saying, I'm just presenting what they may do. That's all I'm presenting. They may, and if they don't do it, I'm not going to be up. Like, none of this affects me. I love Justin Fields. All right. It doesn't affect me. If he's here, great. If he's not, a part of me will be sad, but I'm going to root for him. You know what I'm saying? But I got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not this complicated. You know what I'm saying?
You're not going to hop on Twitter and start calling people morons?
I don't play Twitter games. Like, the fact that grown dog, it's I get that some people are younger than us, but to me, if you kind of about 35 and up, I don't understand what half of y'all are doing on social media, right? Like, my mama told me, don't nobody need to know what's going on in his house. And I mean, I'm applying that to a whole swatch of stuff. I'm painting with a broad brush, but I'm not. Why am I going to come at another human being, disrespect you because of
you're an idiot, you're a clown?
And then the thing is, first of all, you wouldn't say that to him in his face. Have you walked up on Shawn Sierra, idiot? Right? Like, that's the real thing. Like, I'll tell you what I used to hate. I used to hate being a teenage boy and calling a girl, and some dude was over at their house and he was just talking reckless because I couldn't get my hands on him. And to me, that's really why I don't do social media, because that's who that person is. Someone who knows I can't get my hands on them.
You lucky over there. You lucky.
Extra spicy. And it's like, I didn't grow up in that world. And the great thing about it, and I'm happy, since I didn't grow up in that world, I don't participate in it because I get the benefit of it. And it's not that I don't use social media. It's not that I don't go to it and view it or whatever, but I'm not going back and forth with someone I don't know. When I first got on social media and I was hesitant, I remember I did that. And you know who jumped in one day and told me to chill out? Our guy, Shawn Davis. He was like, Kenneth, and there was a racist person. And I was going at their ass. He was like, all right, relax. And that was one of the few times, but one, it's just why, you know what I'm saying? If you're seeking attention, great. But I'm not gonna get involved. But also it's just a negative energy. Why am I gonna tap into that where life, man, is too complicated and it's too easy. But yeah, we spend way too much time. Like, and then like we grown. Like that'd be the real thing. We grown, man. Like, so I'm not, dude. I'm not gonna lower my standards because that's what has taken place in the world where I was raised by older people. My dad had me when he was 35. You know what I'm saying? I was raised by him, my grandma, my great aunt, and they were all from Alabama. They're from the South. And they didn't tell me I had to act like this, but I watched them and they acted in a certain manner. And I give my kids that, like, no, we gonna act a certain way where, like my son, like if he posts something, take that shit down. Like me and his mother are adamant. You don't know if your school is watching. We told you no, there should be no cursing or anything. Like he'll have a song playing in the background, but it's gonna be a certain type of way. And again, they may stray from it, but you have to set the standard. And that's just the thing. That's just the thing. Standard.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do, man. And I agree. Like I don't do that anymore, for the most part. Like I'll make a comment if someone comes back.
You were really good. I read your comments after the Bears. I love you, but you did it well. Now I didn't know if you got spicy. I just know from like the first day after you asked Justin or whatever. Like you told, because somebody said something to you, and it was like, look, you don't even have to call me that. You know what I'm saying? I think you did it really well. That's how, I mean, if I engaged, I think you did it the way that I would probably do it, but I'm just not here for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not here for it. But I think I didn't see you take the energy that they presented you with, and that's not what, when I read what you posted, I didn't see that. I saw you detailing what happened, why you said it, and then telling them they need to relax because it's not that serious. And that's basically all I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? It's not that serious. We're all talking about a team that none of us have any equity in. That's it. That's all.
Actually, emotional equity. That's we have a lot of emotional equity.
But the key with you saying that, they betrayed us. We're in a bad relationship, right? This is
we got Kim back in the relationship analogies again.
Yes, this is a bad relationship. This relationship, it is not working. This person is cheating on me consistently, and I'm just like, I love you though. Right? Like, I can't let you go. Right? Like that's what I'm in, but I know that, and I think that's the problem. We have to be honest and know, being fanatics, we are emotionally unstable when it comes to this subject, meaning the Chicago Bears. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we have to know. We're not right, because anybody, if they would be, look, all of us would be Jason, right? As far as like, I'm not letting the Bears keep treating me like this. Like, dude, I'm gonna tell you, at one point, if this didn't become to a degree a job for me, I would not be, I would try to distance myself. I don't know if I could, you know what I'm saying? Like, because this, like, I've done it from the other teams, right? I've done it. I'm like, nope, I'm not going to say who his name is, but I'm like, that dude spits in my face. I'm not his teams. They're my teams, but I'm not doing it, bro. I'm like, I'm not. I delete Bulls games off of my DVR every 4 days. I'm like, nope, not doing it. And the Bulls are doing decent. Not coming back right now. You got to wait. Right?
Yeah.
You know, I haven't been hardcore with the Sox for 3 years because I'm like, I'm not doing it. You're not gonna play me. And I think it'll be harder for me because they only play one game a week to do that with the Bears. But like that's us here. Unless right now you're a Cubs fan, you're a Blackhawks fan. I know it's gonna take some years for the Blackhawks to put players around Bedard, but you got something great, right?
Really
already.
special.
You know the Cubs are turning up, and that window that the Sox are supposed to do something, they failed. And the Cubs are going to get closer to contention, even though they're playing in the side of the MLB where the Dodgers got like $1 billion that they put on there.
And we'll defer his money for after he plays.
No,
so
dog, taxes.
Yep.
That was smart.
Yeah,
don't let them California take half of your bread. Like, no, I'm not giving California. And he's knowing it from being with the Angels. Like, I'm not giving California. Like, now that I'm older, dog, when I get bread and it's a crazy and it's a stupid state, I'm going to have my primary residence in Florida. I'm not.
Florida,
I get it. I'm not giving this country more of my money than they already was going to take from me. Why? That makes no sense. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, and they don't do nothing with it properly. So, I'm going to go high. I'm going to do everything that Donald Trump and these billionaires allegedly do. And I'm not a Trump guy, but I'm gonna do all of that loopholes that they have for them to hide their money. Why am I going to get the government my money
So
freely?
what states with no income tax inside Florida do I want to move to?
Texas, Florida. I'm coming, baby. I may not actually live there, but it's going to say I live there, but I'm definitely.
Oh man, well, I'm excited, man. I'm looking forward to as it plays out. You know, we got 2 offensive coordinators that we're going to interview. We're going to interview more, I assume. I'm looking forward to it because this is a crazy, probably the most important offseason, beating last year, which was the most important offseason for this team.
That's a great point.
And I think this is really, really, I think Ryan Poles understands the magnitude of this, where he's at a crossroads. Because if he takes the wrong road, okay, he's fired. If he takes the right road, this dude could be immortalized here in Chicago for
a legend.
For him and his kids and grandkids won't have to pay for another meal if he brings a Super Bowl here with this thing, and which is why I think, and I another reason why I think that the draft picks. He's been good on draft picks, and I think the more
you
mentioned you could do what Trump does. I thought
no, sir, no.
Visit Island.
I'm not the Trump guy. I think the whole MAGA thing is the most ridiculous thing ever. But I'm still saying I see what people that are rich do to hide their money, and I of course would follow to hide my money out of a country that's done disservices to me and mine for a long period of time. Shawn, let me ask you this before I go. What do you think about what the Patriots did with bringing Mayo in as the head coach?
That was quick this morning. That was real quick. It's always tough following a legend. So I think it's someone they know, someone that
I bet Belichick told him. I bet Belichick told him to pick him too.
I wouldn't doubt that at all. I wouldn't doubt that at all. It's a good move. I think it's a good move, and we'll see how long before they're actual contenders. Serious perennial contenders. I think it's good. Remember, he wanted to come back, and he's like, "I'll just give up my GM dude." He's like, "No, you out."
Oh yeah, because you're not gonna change enough. Where do you think he's gonna end up, Shawn?
So it's not going to be. It's going to have to be a team that has an identity. All right, similar to his, because he's a tough-nosed, tough-love kind of guy.
So Washington or San Diego.
So I think Tennessee might be one a spot. Yeah.
You see, the only problem with that, if Carthon had a problem with Grable, I could see him having a problem with Bell. Like, I wouldn't be like, I got to get him, and then and you got more pull. So I wonder if they would go that way in Tennessee.
But here's
they basically
question.
went the Patriot way. Go ahead.
But here's another thing: who gets Rick Rentz? Don't forget, someone might get Rick Renteria. They're talking about that in Philly. They're like, sorry, homie. Here's your money that we owe you for the next year, 2 or 3.
Man, that was so bad. Man, come on, Shawn. I'm about to go. Like, that was the only time I remember Cubs fans being like, why are you guys so mad at Jerry right now? And like everybody, I don't care what spectrum of life you were on as a Sox and all, we were all like, don't bring him up in here. Like, we were so mad, man. We were so upset. And like, okay, I'm now he caught me. You almost got me. You almost got me. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Oh, dude. Hey, Ken, great stuff, man. As always, I love when you're able to hop on with us, brother. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
Let everyone know where they can find you and your work online and on TV. Superstar.
Check out That Davis. Sooner or later, I'll get back to producing content for That Davis show. But you can check me out on NBC Sports, Big Ten Country, the UC, Love You Back, Bellissimo, Mondo, C Sharp, J2K, Shawn. Everybody that's in here, if I didn't mention you, I always enjoy our banter. Please be safe. If you live in the Chicago area, definitely be safe, or wherever there's a lot of snow. Just be careful moving throughout the streets. But yeah, you my guy. I always appreciate it. And just keep it up and be safe out here, Shawn. Hey, Patty.
Likewise, boss. We'll see you. And once it's all said and done, we got to get together for restaurant week. It'll be nice and cheap. And we'll set up a time when the weather's not -5.
Right. Definitely. You're right. That's definitely what we'll do. We'll do what's up, C Sharp. We'll do restaurant week someplace, and man, that'll be fun. Oh yeah, but yeah. And anybody in this chat, if y'all want to pop out there, man, pop out. You know,
we'll let you know.
It'd be good to see some of y'all. But yeah, but be safe, man. You're my guy, and I always appreciate you.
All right, boss. We'll talk soon. All right. Guys, that's Ken Davis from NBC Sports Chicago talking Bears football with me. I love it. Man, that was a great segment. The more and more things that happen, the more and more I feel Justin's going to stay. I just feel that he's going to stay just because Bellissimo, yes. And when I thought about it, believe you me, you're the first person I thought of. I'm like, I'm going to go to London. Bellissimo. I'll finally get to meet you face to face. So yeah, but I'll start putting my pennies away now. No, I want to make that happen. And plus, I'm credentialed, so it's not like it's going to cost me anything for a ticket, which is cool. So I just need to get out there and get a spot. So not having to pay for a ticket is huge, So I'm fortunate there. And that'll be dope, man. I'll definitely take the channel. Maybe spend one night in Paris, and like I said, I'll check out the Louvre, the Arc de Triomphe, just a couple things, a lot of things in history. You know what? I've been to Europe. I didn't get to travel as much as I wanted before I got released. It sucked because my roommate Troy from Holy Cross was actually supposed to come up the following weekend, the weekend after I got released. And so, yeah, because we were going to go to Greece. We were actually going to go to Greece. We were going to go to Greece because the bye week was coming up. They let me go right before the bye week so they can have 2 weeks to find a replacement American. But yeah, he and I were going to Greece. We were fired up. When I called him, I was hurt. I was almost crying because I was like, man, we get to hang together in Italy, in Greece. We'd have acted a fool. We acted a fool in South Padre. We acted a fool at Holy Cross. We acted a fool in New York. Just take it international now. But yeah. So yeah, I'll definitely keep you updated. Like I said, it'll probably be the package that a good friend of mine, that Susie. Big shout out to Susie, Susie Montiel. She used to be the manager up at Output, but she has her travel agency, and so. Yeah, she'll set up packages for that. So I'm most likely going to do that. Like I said, and I don't need the ticket. So good stuff. Be careful out there today and this weekend. If you don't have to go anywhere, don't. Like I said, I shoveled part of my driveway just to get my car in. And it's actually right outside my window. It's nice. It's nice to stay in. We got tons of food. We got tons of food. I might act a damn fool. I took some stuff out, some meat that was frozen. Got some hamburgers, some brats. Come on, man. We got it. So if you don't have to go out, okay, don't. All right, spend time with your loved ones. It's silly. Like I was scared coming home from CrossFit today because some idiots are driving like normal speed. Like, dude, it's snow, 3 inches of snow, and you're driving like it's summer afternoon. But anyway, and again, make sure you tell your loved ones that you care about them. Shoot them a quick text, guys. Everybody texts, and if they don't text, at least they'll get your text. Okay, and you don't know how much that will make their day, how much they enjoy hearing from you. They're your loved ones for a reason. All right, send your loved ones a text or a call or a FaceTime. Do that. Okay. Tomorrow's promised to no one. All right. Let the people that you love know that you love them. Okay. Let them know. Time moves fast, man. Time moves fast. And I know it may sound grim, but man, if you see your parents, some of you don't live by your parents or in a different state, and you see them once a year. What if they die in 2 years? That means you're going to see your parents 2 more times before they pass. Okay? Call them. FaceTime. Tell your and your friends. All right? Stay in touch with them, because that's really what life's about. Is being, we all have grown up shit we got to do. Okay? But it shouldn't take away from us still connecting and letting all the other people know that we love them. Guys, have a phenomenal weekend. We'll replay this at 8 tonight. We should get some good traction, as noticed. So 8 o'clock tonight, 12:15. Don't forget, Second City Sports is going to come on with Lakina McGee and Sydney Brown. The Smoke Fellows are going to be on tomorrow at 11 to 1. Tomorrow night, if they clear up, we'll be at Kevin's birthday party out in a little further south from here. So a lot of good stuff, man. This weekend's going to be fun. Mostly chill for me, watching some movies, watching some training videos on some stuff that I do. Man, have a great weekend. And from everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, from our executive producer, Elliot Baez, to Clarence Council, our social media guy, to my co-host, Absentia Maya. Guys, I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Have a phenomenal weekend. It's going to be fun. I know it's going to be snowy and cold and this. Don't worry about it. All right? When you open up your eyes every day, be thankful you're alive, because you know what? There are millions of people around the world who didn't open their eyes in the morning. So just remember that. Be grateful for everything you have. And trust me, life will be a lot easier when you wake up with a sense of gratitude that your eyes open up and that you're not going 6 feet under. All right, I'm out of here. I'm excited because I'm getting hungry now. I'm looking forward to some of those brats or the rotisserie chicken that's left from yesterday. Who knows? I don't know, but I'm going to get something to eat. Guys, have a great day. Like I said, replays at 8, 12:15, about an hour. Second City Sports and Smoke Fellows tomorrow. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Have a great weekend. I am out.